There's a quiet intelligence in how we think, remember, and connect. For Vinita Gupta, that rhythm has guided her journey from a young girl in India who refused to accept limits to becoming the first Indian American woman to take a company public in the US. A national bridge champion and prolific philanthropist, Venita shows how focus and curiosity can keep the mind sharp. In the US, more than 6 million adults over 65 live with Alzheimer's, a number expected to double within a generation. Vinita's story reminds us that caring for the brain is more than science. It's connection, courage, and hope.
We were 3 girls in a family, and we know how people in India think about a family with 3 girls, bichara, which is really damning for a girl in that family to hear that you were no asset to your family. I wanted to show to my parents that I could do anything. Women didn't even go to colleges as much. And very, very, very few women in those days came unmarried. When I joined UCLA in engineering master's program, I found I was the only woman in class. Here I was thrown in with everybody and I was supposed to figure out my life. And then you have to deal with loneliness. You don't have friends. So you are living a very isolated life.
A few years later, Vinita married Naren Gupta, a pioneer in Silicon Valley's tech world, at a time when the industry was almost entirely male.
My professional journey was also not easy. All my co-workers, colleagues were male. So I was thrown into an all-male world. In a way, a cultural immersion into Western culture made me discard my own cultural biases and think in a new way. How does any immigrant, man or woman, excel? They just keep doing things more intelligently, more thoughtfully, and hopefully they can come out ahead. Failures happened, successes happened, small successes happened, big failures happened, big successes happened, which is the story of living.
You've always done things that are out of the box. You're adventurous. You ran a company, made it IPO. How have you taken care of your brain health as you're aging?
Reading has been my big asset. So I keep reading and I keep getting ideas, and with those ideas is what got me into writing. And those are the ideas, once they set in, it looks like, okay, I'm at this juncture now, what is new and different I can do? I started playing competitive bridge, which I had picked up when I had just gotten married. And competitive bridge just twists and turns your brain in a different way.
Bridge is supposed to be the chess of cards. It keeps your brain sharp. How has bridge kept your brain sharp?
Well, bridge is an activity which can be picked up by anybody. Bridge is also like puzzle solving. I think it has been proven over and over that solving puzzles is an exercise for the brain.
Bridge was a passion she shared with her husband. 2 years ago, she found herself facing a truth that many eventually do: how to keep moving forward after the loss of their spouse. Probably one of the most difficult times of your life when you lost your husband suddenly. There are a lot of people around your age who lose a partner and they find themselves isolated, they find themselves depressed. What piece of advice would you give to them, and how did you get yourself out from that?
What I thought at the time, which was devastating times for me, how will I live my life? At that time I was flooded with emotions and thoughts, and I started writing. I kept writing whenever I felt overwhelmed, whether you call it grief or sadness or loneliness or whatever it was, I kept writing. I thought that that was a good healing process for me.
What are some of the things that you think you do, inadvertently even, that keeps your brain health well?
So you need other activities. So painting is like leveling off, just letting the mind flow. So it gives a different dimension. When I get anxious about life too much, which all of us tend to do, is try to help somebody. And I don't mean in a philanthropic way necessarily, but I have kids. Rather than thinking how they can help me, I think how can I be an asset to them?
My mom has inspired me in so many ways. I definitely don't feel like I would have been where I am in my career, would have been able to also have a wonderful family if I hadn't learned all and seen her operate in this way when I was growing up. She cultivated a lot of other interests outside of work, but I also saw her investing in the things that were going to be important for her, hobbies and other passions that would carry through for her later in life after she retired. I think it's super important. It's even more important now for us to be thinking about what can we do earlier in our lives to set ourselves up for a future where we can age well.
I hugely believe now that being able to socialize and build community is so important for just stimulating your brain in different ways and helping you understand people, making you more open-minded to different situations and more different ways of living, and also making you, I don't know, I think maybe just like more appreciative probably for life, and gives you kind of like a sense of groundedness and gratitude. And I think having goals at every age just motivates you to do more. She's always just trying out new things, but it's so powerful because it just keeps her so engaged in the world intellectually, physically.
You do a lot of outdoor activities. You walk these beautiful lawns, you do yoga. How important do you think physical and activity with nature is for your mental well-being?
I view mental and physical well-being as interconnected. We have to be able to do physical activities depending upon where we are in life. Once in a while, put ourselves in a different frame of mind by taking ourselves out of our environment, and that's what nature is about. So find a way to motivate yourself to walk every day.
And what about house pets, your cat?
They are very good companionship. They keep the newness in your life. She gives us, all of us, primarily me and Pavo, a lot of joy.
Has success, the term success, changed for you in your part of your life now?
I am moving forward with my oars, is how I think of myself. So I think I want to be able to live like this forever.
The Alzheimer's Association reports that continuing to learn and create throughout life can reduce the risk of dementia by nearly 1/3. In every stage of life, our minds have the power to grow, adapt, and reconnect. For Vinita Gupta, curiosity and creativity became the threads that kept her brain and spirit alive.